Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our Power Podcast All-Star Live Stream Series. I am your co-host slash moderator, Brother Bedford, and we want to thank you over and over and over and over again for sharing with us your most valuable asset, your most valuable resource, and that is your time. And what we want to do, we hope and pray that we reciprocate and give you value in exchange for your time. And hopefully you walk away from these Power Podcasts more enlightened, more motivated, more inspired, more knowledgeable, and ready to really just take on the challenges that you'll face on the other side of this incubation period. So we like to call it a shelter in place or the quarantine. But if we're using this time wisely, we could really be using this to grow ourselves and develop ourselves personally, relationships with our family, as well as build our businesses to the levels that we want to build them to. So with that said, we've been having people join us from all over the world, and we want to know exactly where you're from. So in the comments section, please type in your name and tell us where you are from. Please do that right now. The next thing I need you to do is go ahead and like it. Right there, you'll see in the button right next to it, like this, love this. But then here's what I need you to do. I want you to share this. Tell everyone that we're live and in living color with Dr. George C. Fraser and a marketing genius, Trevor Otts. We have a special treat in store for you tonight. So one last thing I want you to do is go ahead and pull out your calendar and get prepared for this coming Saturday, because we have Constance Carter coming on, and nobody works harder than Constance Carter. So we have another full week of enlightenment for you, and we have some very special information that you should share. Tonight is going to be very special because you're going to get something that we really haven't done before. And I'm going to turn it over to our host for this evening, and he'll take you further into explaining how this is going to go tonight. So without further ado, I want you to put together a virtual hand clap for the host of the Power Podcast live stream series, 6-time best-selling author, the father of the networking movement, the father of Fraser Nation and the Power Networking Conference. And I could go on, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one and only Dr. George C. Fraser.
Thank you, Brother Bedford. Good evening, everybody. We have a special treat for you tonight. We have a special brother here who I love. I have mentored him. I have coached him. He has taught me in ways. He has mentored me and coached me in the technology space. He really is a young genius, and he is one of the premier faculty members for the Power Networking Conference. You'll see him at PNC on October the 14th through the 17th. He's just a brilliant mind. And what we're going to do something different tonight. We're going to allow him to make a full 55-minute presentation tonight. We've not done that. Basically, I've been sort of the host / interviewer, and Brother Bedford and I would ask questions and that kind of thing. But tonight we're going to let this brother go hog wild on you. You're going to learn some lessons. Take out a piece of paper or a pad and a pencil. You want to take notes, because we are going to have a Q&A session after his PowerPoint presentation, of which he instructed us on how to do. I want to give him a formal introduction. You may know him. He's omnipresent on social media, Trevor Otts, who's a marketing and branding visionary and the CEO and founder and creator of Black CEO. But let me make it a little bit more formal than that. He's been called the billion-dollar brand man, the profit pioneer, and the automation apostle. He prefers marketing God. Reminds me of Charlemagne the God, marketing God. Or you can just take your pick. But bottom line, as brazen as he is brilliant, Trevor is in the automation and marketing mastermind, or is the automation and marketing mastermind behind some of the most remarkable sales, business, and thought leaders in the world. with a revolutionary formula of cutting-edge technology, sales methodology, and global reach. He has devised campaigns that have generated multiple millions of dollars for his clients. His 2019 roster already reads like Success 25 or the Forbes Top 100, and the year is still yet to arrive, right? So if you give him a whiteboard and a pen, Trevor will erect an empire, map you from message to movement, and catapult you into your expansive ocean of opportunity, one overflowing with revenue, impact, and power. You don't come to Trevor for your business plan. You come for your legacy. You don't come for your right now money. You come for your billions. To do what Trevor does in a way that he does it takes more than just really know-how, and seriously speaking. It takes grit, it takes guts, it takes a willingness to be forged in the fire. It takes the heart to be first. It takes the heart to be first. So what else is left for this man to do? Well, you might ask that question. I'm just going to tell you to sit back and watch. I'm just going to start with one very simple question to this outstanding, brazen young brother. And I'm going to say to you, Trevor, first, thanks a lot, man. Thanks. You live in a beautiful pad on the harbor, man, on the inner harbor, and well, it's Prince George's County, but the Gaylord, and it's not called the inner harbor. That's Baltimore, right? What do they call it? The National Harbor. The National Harbor, right outside of Washington, D.C. Beautiful penthouse pad. You know, the guy's got it like that. So my question to you to get started, and Brother Bedford and I are going to step out of the way. It is a simple question. How does an entrepreneur today, keeping COVID-19 in mind, but an entrepreneur today pivot into profitability? How does an entrepreneur today pivot into profitability? The stage is yours.
Well, thanks, George. It's good to be here, to be talking with my mentor. But a couple things. I would say that every entrepreneur has to now start to do the digital pivot. We know all types of dances. We know the two-step, we know the electric slide. But for entrepreneurs, we need to know the digital pivot. That's a new dance. And if you haven't learned that dance yet, you're going to learn that dance tonight. We got to digitally pivot. And here's the thing. I want to be clear that in today's conversation, we're not going to be talking about motivation. Let me just put it out there. Let me just be clear. If you need motivation as an entrepreneur, you're already in the wrong business. So tonight, we're not going to have a motivation conversation. We're going to have a monetization conversation. Two M's, different meanings, right? And so here's the thing. Tonight, the one thing that I'm going to guarantee you is that everybody is going to get an MBA, right? And what you're going to need is you're going to need a mindset, a belief, an affirmation, not the type of MBA that you got to go to college for, but the type of MBA that comes from wisdom, that comes from experience, right? And so today I want y'all to buckle in. I want y'all to just take out your notepad, put your fingers on the keyboard, right? Here's the thing I want you to know. Note takers are what? Money makers. Action takers are money makers. And so tonight, if you came to start trying to monetize your empire, here's the thing that you're going to need to do, right? 1, take out your notepad. 2, right, get ready to take some notes, right? And 3, buckle in. And so we're going to be talking about today something that's near and dear to my heart. We're going to be talking about having a digital summit, a digital conference, and everything in between. Because somebody might have told you that there are no more conferences going on. There are no more events going on. But I'm here to tell you that people are having events every day, right? And they might not be having in-person events. Okay, can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. Gotcha. Right? So you got to have a mindset, a belief, and an affirmation, right? And here's what I want you to write down. Wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. Wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. And so I want you to write this down. Now, wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. That's just bottom line. And here's the truth of it. If your mind isn't there, you ain't going either, right? If your mind ain't there, you ain't going either. And so mindset is not a thought. Mindset is a place. Why? Because wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. Wherever you are in life, got there first. Wherever you are in business, your mind got there first. Wherever you are in your relationship, your mind got there first. And so the purpose of today's presentation is to basically transport your mind. The goal is to transport your mind to the space and the place where you want your revenue to show up. Let me just say that again. It's to transport your mind to the space and the place where you want your mind to show up. See, I like what Delatorre McNeil said. Delatorre McNeil said, you got to see it before you see it. You will never see it. He said, you got to see it before you see it, or you will never see it. See it before you see it, or you'll never see it. That is to say that you got to go forward into your future, see it before you see it, or you'll never see it, come back to your present, and take the necessary steps to make the future that you saw now show up in your present. And see, when you go forward into your future, and you do the one thing, right, and you come back to your present and take the necessary things, take the necessary steps to make your future show up in your present, we call that a plan. The place that you go to see your future, let's write that down. The place that you go to see your future, we call that simply the vision. The vision, write this down. The vision is the place that you go to see the future. So I'll say it again. The purpose of today's presentation is to transport your mind to the space and the place where you want your revenue to show up. To transport your mind to the space and the place where you want your results to show up. To transport your mind to the space and the place where your transformation is ready to show up. And so you got to go forward into your future. See it before you see it, or you'll never see it, and come back to your present and take the necessary steps to make your future show up in your present. And we call that the plan. And that's very simply, it lets us know that the purpose of the plan is very simple. The purpose of the plan is to finish the vision. It's real simple. The purpose of the plan is to finish the vision. And so this is what we're going to be going over today. We're going to be going over the plan, right? We're going to be talking about the key to having a successful digital summit. And the key to really having a successful digital is that you got to be able to find your flow. I want you to write that down. You got to find your flow, right? See, if you're able to find your flow, then you're able to unlock your fortune, right? Write that down. Find your flow, unlock your fortune. Find your flow, unlock your fortune. And for many of us, see, the reason why we really haven't generated the revenue and generated the results and generated the impact that we're looking for is because we haven't found our flow. It's like a rapper. A rapper's got to find his flow. An artist got to find his flow. But let me tell you something, an entrepreneur, a leader, you got to find your flow. Find your flow, and guess what you'll do? You will unlock your fortune. Now, in today's conversation, when I refer to your flow, I'm referring to your funnel. When I say your flow, I mean your funnel. So flow equals funnel, funnel equals flow. Flow equals funnel, funnel equals flow. I want you to write that down, right? Because here's what's happening. See, now in this new online space that has existed for quite some time, but many of us moved into that space. We were forced into that space and we weren't prepared. And that's just all that happened. We moved into a space and we moved into a place where we were absolutely unequivocally just not prepared. And so what we have to do is when we start thinking about building this funnel, building this flow, what we're doing is what you're looking for is a turnkey solution for an online marketplace. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a turnkey solution for an online marketplace. You're looking for the McDonald's-like solution that it can exist in a virtual space. And so funnels represent that turnkey solution for your business. Funnels represent that turnkey solution for your marketing. Funnels represent that turnkey solution for your brand. And see, too many times there are not enough African-American entrepreneurs or Black entrepreneurs who have created, right, a turnkey online solution, right? And see, the number one problem facing today's Black entrepreneur is an addiction to our labor as the primary mechanism by which we generate revenue, right? And so here's the thing. Today, we're going to be talking about how to generate some labor-free cash through the power of online funnels and through the power of digital summits. So buckle your seat and let's get ready to go. So we talked about funnel equals flow, flow equals funnel, flow equals funnel equals flow, flow equals funnel. But I want to just warn y'all in advance, right? I want to warn y'all. They told me to behave, but you know, I'm a little bit out there, right? See, in this space, you got to dare to be different. You got to dare to be transparent. You got to dare to be authentic, right? There's got to be some vulnerability. There's got to be some transparency. And see, here's the thing. As you go out into the marketplace, two things you got to do. You got to build your tribe and then build the business. Write that down. You got to build your tribe and build the business. Because if you don't have a tribe, and you try to build your business, if you don't have a tribe and if you build your business before you build your tribe, all you're going to end up doing is begging for business. And so many of us built the business without building a tribe. And so your tribe represents your movement, right? Your tribe represents your community. And in business terms, for all of my business elites out there, your tribe is the same thing as your marketplace, right? And so I want to give you the quick formula: M plus M plus M equals N. M plus M equals M. M plus M plus M equals M. That's to say that a movement plus a message plus a methodology equals money. The movement plus the message plus the methodology equals money. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what kind of funnel you're doing. I don't care what kind of business you're running. I don't care what kind of organization you lead. It don't matter whether it's for-profit or non-profit. Movement plus message plus money. Movement plus message plus methodology equals money. Now, let's just go ahead and just write this down. The movement is the concept or the idea that people rally together around. Let's not make it more difficult than that. It's just the concept or the idea that people rally together around. The message is simply the thing that you're saying to inspire the people that's a part of your movement to take inspired action. And the methodology is just simply the process and the system that you use to produce results. For who? The people that's a part of your movement. That's all it is, right? And so tonight, we're going to talk about the first part of kind of building that online empire. We're going to talk about the blueprint of a digital empire. And part of that blueprint is building a massive movement. That's the concept or the idea that people rally together around. The movement equals the tribe equals the community equals the marketplace. But here's the thing that I came to tell you, that every movement must have a moment. Those moments must be disruptive, and it's the disruptive moments within your movement that give it momentum. Let me just say that again slow. Every movement must have a moment. Those moments must be disruptive. And it's the disruptive moments within your movement that give it momentum, right? And so every movement must have a moment. That's a dispensation of time of heightened relevancy. When they launched the iPhone, every year they launched the iPhone around about the same time. And when they launch it, that phone has a period of heightened relevancy, right? Because every time they launch the phone, they create a movement around the product. Every movement must have a moment. Those moments must be disruptive. What is disruption? Disruption is challenging the norm, challenging what you normally think, challenging what you normally say, challenging what you normally do. It's challenging the norm, challenging what your customers normally think, challenging what your customers normally say, challenging what your customers normally do. You got to challenge the norm, right? You got to challenge what the industry normally thinks. You got to challenge what the industry normally says. You got to challenge what the industry normally does. When they created the iPhone, the phones during that time had basically big buttons and a small screen. When the iPhone came out, they changed to having a big screen with one button. And it was disruptive, and so disruptive that people waited in line for it. And I'm gonna teach you tonight how to be a disruptive force in your industry, because every movement must have a moment. Those moments must be disruptive, and it's a disruptive moments within your movement that give it momentum. Don't worry, just rewind this back, download it, right? Be at the PNC conference and you'll get more of that, right? So today we're gonna dare to be disruptive. We're gonna dare to be transparent, and we're gonna dare to be authentic. Buckle up, right? Clutch your pearls, because this is gonna be an exciting experience. Now, here's the thing, when we're talking about that flow, everything about your flow has to be sexy. Here's the thing I want you to write down. Sex sells. Sex always sells. Sex is gonna continue to sell, right? Sex sells. So everything about your flow, everything about your funnel, everything about your business has got to be sexy. And see, when your stuff is sexy, and I don't mean sexy, I mean correction. It ain't got to be I want y'all to write this down. It's got to be sexy as hell. It just can't be just sexy. It's got to be sexy as hell, right? And so if your page, if your graphics, if your videos are not sexy, they are not going to want it, and neither are you. See, your graphics, the pages that you put up, the marketing that you put up, if it's not sexy, right, they are not going to want it, and neither are you. People want sexy. See, an iPhone is sexy. When Apple creates products, it's sexy. We like, ooh, it looks like it does something special, right? But in all actuality, it's just a set of AirPods, right? So you got to keep it sexy. So today, part of our theme is how do you keep it sexy when it comes to your brand, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your products, when it comes to your services. So the number one, because when you're talking about building a digital empire, everything is going to start with a page. Everything is going to start with the squeeze page, the landing page, the web page, and whatever other kind of page that they call it. But what you got to know is the number one goal of a sexy page. So I want you to write this down because my digital flow starts with a page. My digital funnel starts with a page. My digital empire starts with a page. And the number one goal of a sexy page, write this down, is to create an on-page experience that causes the customer, right, to say yes every time. See, it's to create an on-page orgasmic experience that causes the customer to say yes every time. Now, anybody that's ever had an orgasm, nobody who's ever had an orgasm said no. Nobody who's ever, they don't say no, no, no. They say yes, 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 right? Because the goal of your page is to keep it sexy. So sexy that you create an on-page orgasmic experience that causes the client to say yes every time. Yes to your free gifts. Yes to registering for your event. Yes to attending your event, your digital summit, your whatever you're having. Yes to working with you. Yes to spending money with you. You got to create that on-page orgasmic experience that causes people to say yes. Yes every time. A lot of times we take for granted the customer's attention, right? And so when your page is sexy, right, it causes them to start to have an experience, a unique experience. And so I say it again. Find your flow, unlock your fortune. Find your flow, unlock your fortune. So here's how it's going to go down. We're going to break this down into 5 simple stages. We're going to make it real simple. 5 simple stages. Now, stage one, right? Stage 1 of an evergreen digital summit, because everything is going to talk about, we're going to be talking about tonight is how to have a digital event, a digital conference, and everything in between. Stage 1 of an evergreen digital summit. When I say evergreen, do it one time, but reap the benefits indefinitely. Do it one time, but for all sakes and purposes, it keeps running on and on and on. It's like the energizing button. It goes on and on and on. And you know what happens? Your revenue goes on and on and on. And you know what happens? Your empire goes on and on and on, right? And so we're talking about not just a digital summit, not just a digital conference, but we're talking about an evergreen digital summit. Stage one of building an evergreen digital summit starts with the giveaway page, right? The giveaway page. What is your giveaway? I want you to write this down. The person who outgives the competition out-earns the competition. How did Google dominate the market? They dominated by giving away a product or service that introduced their value to the marketplace in such a way that it captivated their attention. And so the first stage is the giveaway page. Now, your giveaway can be an ebook, it can be a checklist, it can be a video, it can be whatever you like. But the number one giveaway that I have found, write this down, is a meme-based page, right? It's a meme-based page. And everybody knows what a meme is because we've all shared a meme on the internet. We've all been out there and shared somebody's meme. But why did we share the meme? Because the meme said something that we were thinking, but they said. The meme said something that we were feeling, but they said it, right? And it became sort of this digital t-shirt, right? And see, memes go viral, right? And so we're going to talk about creating, in your first step of creating a digital summit, an evergreen digital summit funnel, we're going to talk about creating that digital summit that causes people to go viral, right? Or that causes your event to go viral. So we're going to use a meme page, right? And why I mean? Because the world is captivated by memes. Memes allow you to say what the client or the customer or the prospect was thinking, but you said it. And that in and of itself makes you a rock star, makes them want to share your message out to the rest of the world, right? And so memes represent the most effective, the most affordable way to create digital. Everybody write this down. digital ambassadors for your brand at no cost. To create for your brand at no cost, right? And so here's why that is important. Why is it important that you create digital ambassadors for your brand at no cost? Number one reason why most people's brand fail, most people's events flop, because nobody is watching. And then all of us have been tagged on somebody's Facebook post where they have tagged you and a million other people, not because what they're teaching is relevant to you, but they just wanted somebody to show up. And what starts to happen is they all start screaming in a bubble, screaming in a bubble, screaming in a bubble, because they have not created a way to extend their message, to extend their brand, and to extend their mission beyond the people that they know. And so what happens is, if you use a meme-based, you now create digital ambassadors that go out and represent your brand. Now, I want you to write this down, right? It's cheaper to pay people with their ego than it is to pay them with money. It's cheaper to pay people with their ego than it is to pay them with money, right? And so when you do a meme-based launch, we're gonna go a little bit deeper into this. When you do a meme-based launch, the person gets celebrated, but your brand gets promoted. The person gets celebrated, but your brand gets promoted. And so they are literally just 5 things, 5 simple things that every meme must have. Your meme has to have your company logo, right? Number 2, it has to have a call to action, right? Designed to collect people's information. Number 3, all you need is a power statement that represents, that resonates with the end user. Number 4, you need an image placeholder designed for you to swap out your image for their image. Designed to swap out your image for their image. Why? Because everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame, but on the internet, you only get 15 seconds. So get them their 15 seconds of fame. And then a name placeholder designed to swap out your name for their name. These are all the things that you need in a meme. Now, let's take it a little bit further. Let's just kind of look at the meme that we have seen, that we have been involved in the design of. I'm going to highlight the Eric and Sakisha Hylick, right? They run a brand called Marriage Can Win. And what you're going to notice in the left-hand corner, you're going to see a logo that says Marriage Can Win. But here's what their meme said. We said, I do, on August the 14th, 1998, and we do it all again. With Eric and Dr. Sakisha Hylick. Order your notes cost image at marriagecanwinimages.com. What are they telling you? We will do your image for free. We'll swap out our names for your name. We'll swap out our image for your image. We will even, right, do it for you for free. Right? And then at the top, you see their hashtag, which is their movement. Every brand must have a movement, and every movement must have a moment. Those moments must be disruptive, and it's a disruptive moments within your movement to give it momentum. Let's take a look at Dr. Sonia Scribbler. She says a woman has a voice. A woman has something to say. A woman has a message for the world to hear. And guess what? Hashtag, I'm that woman. Her movement is what? Hashtag, I'm that woman. Her brand is what? I own my power. Her power statement is a woman has a voice. And then you see on the left-hand side, her name. You see her picture. When your clients order that meme, they are going to, what's going to happen is you're going to swap out your picture for theirs. You're going to swap out your name for theirs. What happens is the only thing that stays is really your statement, your logo, and a way, a CTA, so you can collect the information. This is important because simply put, is that when people identify with your message, you're saying the thing that they were thinking. You're saying the thing that they were feeling. You said it, but they were thinking. And all of a sudden, they have connected to your message. The message is the thing that you're saying to inspire people to take inspired action. What people? The people that's part of your movement. The concept of the idea that people rally together around. And what starts to happen is now they have become indoctrinated. So you don't just have anybody who just registered. You have somebody who registered specifically because they resonated with your message. And that's where it starts at. It starts with your message having, your brand having a message. And 20 years ago, if you had wrote a business plan, the first thing they would tell you to do was write a mission statement. Well, now consider your meme a living or a live mission statement. It says this is just a live mission statement, right? And so we got to kind of give it that 2020 remix. And so if we look at NFL player Sean Harper, right? Here's what his meme said. His meme said, have you ever heard the heartbeat of a champion? Have you ever gazed into the eyes of a warrior? Have you ever seen an indomitable spirit? Then you haven't met me, right? Hi, I'm Sean Harper. Hashtag win the will to win. So what he's really saying is, hey, if you have the will to win, I am a person that teaches people how to win. So people are going to register to get this meme, one, because they like the message. Two, because they want to see their face instead of his. Three, because they want to see their name instead of his. And all of a sudden, you have a digital ambassador for your brand. And everybody that they share that thing out to, other people want the image too, and they bring in more people, who bring in more people, who bring in more people. Okay, so it's a sample meme page, right? Dr. Sermon, just a total rock star out in Atlanta, and also a power networking conference alumni, right? And so you'll see after the meme was designed, there was a page that was designed so that people can do what? Order the meme. This is what we mean by the first step is your giveaway page. In this case, her giveaway page was a meme giveaway where she was offering to create memes, right, with other people's faces and their names, right? And her team was going to design it, and it was going to be done all automatically. We're going to talk about how you don't even have to have a design team to really make this happen, right? And so this is a sample meme page. You see, it's telling them to share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, and you see down at the bottom, not only are they having it shared everywhere, but if you look down at the bottom, you even see it, first name, last name, email address, cell phone number, upload your image. What does that mean? We got people's information. People pay you first with their information, second with the action, third with their money. Take it out of order, you cut your revenue by 80%. Now, that's it. Now, you have your sexy meme page, or correction, your sexy as hell meme page, okay? And so now we get ready to go to the second phase of the process. Now we got to get down to creating your registration page, because once these people get registered for the meme, once they register for the meme, here's what's going to happen. They're going to register to get this free meme that has a message that resonates with them. And all of a sudden, now they register and they got to go to another page within the funnel, within your flow, within your system. Well, what's the next page? Ordinarily, you could just say, hey, thank you, your image is on the way. But if they identify with the message, this is your opportunity to basically extend your influence. Right? If you can't turn your influence into action, all you are is popular. So we have to extend our influence by creating the second page in your funnel. And so what you do is you create the sexy registration page, right? And it's got to be sexy, because if it ain't sexy, they don't want it, and neither do you, right? And so you got to remember that the purpose of let me put it this way, the purpose of, you know, your page is to create this on-page orgasmic experience that's designed to make the client say yes. And you have to be careful in the marketplace about showing up like everybody else. You don't want to show up like everybody else. And one of the reasons that you don't want to show up like everybody else, because if you start showing up like everybody else, then they start to think that your event is going to be like everybody else. So resist the urge to use a template. I know it's fun to get the ClickFunnels template or the this template, but as soon as you do that, your event looks like everybody else's event, or looks like everybody else's event. And need a parent in the marketplace. It doesn't need another parent. It needs somebody that's willing to be unique. So when you're creating your pages, because now we're on the second phase, which is now the registration for your event, because we use the meme as a way or as a free gift to draw people in to a page that we're going to have about an event. And anytime you are doing a page, I want you to write this down. Colors evoke emotion. So you got to choose the right colors. Words evoke emotion. Images evoke emotions. But when you get all three, you get passion. And so you have to have the right words, the right colors, and the right images. Some of y'all don't even know who I am tonight. Some of y'all don't even care who I am. You're just captivated by the colors, the words, and the images. right? Because there's something sexy happening and it's creating a passion for you to know more and to listen longer to what we're talking about tonight. And so here's an example of a registration page. So what happened was, as they opted in to get the free gift, they went to the second page. And this second page said, hey, we're having a summit. Really? We're having a digital event. Guess what the name of this digital event is? It's called I Own My Power. Where, if you remember, she had a meme about women owning their power. And look at the words. There's something special about that someone, and that someone special is you. I want you to imagine yourself as a more fearless woman, a confident woman, an unapologetic woman, moving through the world with the fierceness that not even Beyonce herself could rival. Imagine what you would accomplish in your career. Imagine the businesses you would start. Imagine the stages you would grace. Imagine the lives you would change. It's time to go from imagining to registering for the one event designed to transform the woman you are into the woman you were born to be. Register now. There's a phenomenal woman within you waiting to show up that's fed up with mediocre. And she had a meme that she used to connect with them. And then after the meme that she used to connect with them, as soon as they registered, she took them to another page inside of her funnel that basically says register, right, for my online webinar, register for my digital summit, register for my digital event. And she made the page sexy to the point that 86% of the people who went to that page registered. 86% of the people actually registered to attend her event. And it was stellar. It was something to behold. And so these are the things that you want to do. So stage one, giveaway page. Stage two is an event registration page that's in alignment with the giveaway. Stage one, the giveaway page. Stage two is an event registration page, that's in harmony with whatever the giveaway was, okay? And so that's stage two complete. So, okay, we're halfway there. Stage one was real simple. Stage one was all we did in stage one was have a giveaway. All we did in stage two was create an event registration page as the second step. We already gave you something free. You love what we gave you for free, and now you're going to really enjoy attending this free event that we got coming up, this digital summit or paid event that we got coming up, this digital conference that we got coming up. But now it doesn't feel like just another Zoom fest. Now it doesn't feel like just a bunch of talking heads on Facebook. It feels a little bit different. Just because it's digital doesn't mean that you get the right to not have an experience. Just because it's digital doesn't mean you get to negate having the experience. So then it's time for stage three. In stage three, so let's kind of frame it out. They got a meme. And after they got this meme, all of a sudden, they said, oh, I like the message. And then they went to a registration page for the event. The event was in alignment with the messaging. So they were two. Then that takes them to number three, because if they registered for a digital event, if they registered for a digital summit, if they registered for a digital conference, now they got to watch that conference somewhere. And so your third page inside of your digital event system, right, as you're creating your digital empire, right, your third page is now you got to create your sexy broadcast page. But not just any old type of sexy broadcast page. It's got to be a sexy as hell broadcast page. Somebody just put in the comment section, hashtag sexy as hell. It's got to not just be sexy, it's got to be sexy as hell. They come into this event, even though it's digital, they have an expectation that it's going to knock your socks off. And it's got to be amazing. And so a broadcast page that's not sexy is like going to a birthday party without balloons, cake, and confetti. If I'm going to a birthday party, there ain't gonna be no balloons, there ain't gonna be no cake, there ain't gonna be no confetti. It's actually a party. I'm gonna go to an event, a digital conference, and a digital summit, and basically there's gonna be no hype, no program, no swag bag. Everything is just missing, and we all know it. During this time, we've all been watching, we're like kind of out of our minds, bonkers with somebody's Zoom fest. We're like out of our mind with everybody and their mama just went live on Facebook Live. And there's nothing interesting about looking at it. Even now, as you are watching this, it's sort of interesting to look at. It's sort of sexy to look at, right? It's a little bit more interesting than some of the stuff that we've been basically just kind of forced down our throat. And so you got to up your game. You got to up level it, right? See, you got to separate from the competition. Rarely is the product or service that you offer unique, but how you position it in the mind of the client makes it unique to them. I'll slow that down. Rarely is the product or service that you provide going to be unique, but how you position it in the mind of the client makes it unique to them. That's branding. Branding is about positioning. And so if you position your brand in a way that is mediocre, they're going to come in with an expectation that it's going to be mediocre. So let me give you some rules about your sexy broadcast. You got to have a separate broadcast page for your event. Facebook Live is not your broadcast page. Zoom is not your broadcast page. As a matter of fact, let me put it this way. Stop using Zoom as your conference page. Stop using Zoom as your conference page because it damages your brand. It damages your brand. And rule 2, stop using Facebook Live as your broadcast page. You might use it to syndicate, but it is not your broadcast page. You need a separate page where you are broadcasting at. Don't use Zoom as your broadcast page. Don't use Facebook Live as your broadcast page. Because here's the thing, it damages your brand. And branding is how people assess value in the products and services that you offer. Chinese food store, and I can get some, or the Chinese food restaurant, I can get some orange chicken for $10.99. I'm gonna get a little box of white rice, a little box of orange chicken. They're gonna give me a plastic bag that's so thin you can see through it. They're gonna give me some plastic silverware. It ain't even gonna be in the plastic, and they're gonna give me 2 napkins. But if I go to PF Chang's, they don't even call it orange chicken. They call it Mandarin chicken. And basically, they don't give me a plastic bag. They give me a paper bag with the logo on it, with a nice sheen to it, right? They give me chopsticks with the name and the branding on it, and it's in the bag. And they give me a black box with my Mandarin chicken in it, right? Because branding is how people assess value in the products and services that you offer. And so I went from paying $10.99 for some orange chicken to $9.99 for Mandarin chicken from PF Chang's. And there's no scientific proof that Mandarin chicken from PF Chang's is any better than the orange chicken that I got from the Chinese food restaurant, right? So if you consistently use mediocre tools as your page because you are basically being, lazy, for lack of a better word, then what's going to happen is people are not going to come in with an expectation that you're providing something of value that they want to pay you for. So, special note just about Facebook Live, because I know some of you are like, well, what do I do with Facebook Live? Facebook Live and YouTube Live and any other type of live is a syndication tool. Write that down. It's a syndication tool. It's not the broadcast page. It's a syndication tool. The goal is to use it as a way to get more information out, right, and more content out about your event, your digital conference, your digital summit. It is a syndication tool, right? Matter of fact, those of you who are watching this right now, this video has been syndicated across over 100 different platforms right now. And everybody that hits the Facebook share button, the Facebook start a watch party button, it gets syndicated even more. As a matter of fact, everybody that's watching right now, hit start a watch party, right? And we're going to syndicate it even more, right? Just so you understand the power of syndication. So do it right now, right? And so once you syndicate, so it's like, okay, well, Trevor, I did it on Facebook Live. I did it on Zoom. What do I do? Any streaming that's done on a syndication platform, like a Facebook Live, like a YouTube Live, like an Instagram, should always encourage and drive the person back to the broadcast page. So if you broadcast on Facebook Live, you have to say, oh, by the way, the main event or the main broadcast is on this broadcast page. That's why your third page in the funnel is a broadcast page. Why? Because if you have them watching on Facebook Live, and all of a sudden, their friend sends them the message, they're automatically distracted. And so you have to not just have a broadcast page, you got to have a sexy as hell broadcast page. Now, if you syndicate to a YouTube Live or a Facebook Live or any other type of live, you still have to tell them to come back. You have to incentivize them. Let me just say that right. You have to incentivize them to come back to the broadcast page. You have to incentivize them to come back to the broadcast page. So the number one way to make people come back to the broadcast page is to offer a free gift. Go figure. When you go to church, what's the first thing they hand you? A program. So people are coming to your event, treat it like an event. You had a digital summit, you had a digital event, you had a digital conference. Where's the program? Where's the program? Some of y'all have gone to church and if they didn't give you a program, you was offended. Heck, they even give you a program when you go to a funeral. I can go to a funeral and get a program. I can go to church and get a program. I can't come to your event and get a program, but you want to charge me $5,000. Then you got to treat the, just because it's digital, doesn't mean you get to treat it like it's not an event. So you go to the event. When you get to the event, they give you a program. The next thing they give you is a badge with your name and your face on it. So somebody registered for your event with a badge. You could have emailed them the badge, something digital that makes them feel special, feel like they're a part of the event. When I went to the Power Network conference, I go to the table. First thing I do is I basically sign up. They give me the program. Second thing they do is they basically give me my badge. The third thing they do is they give me my badge. And the third thing they do is they give me a swag bag. What a swag bag? Just because it was digital, they didn't get a swag bag? You could have had the sponsors do the swag bag. You could have gave them a digital swag bag. But you could have gave them something that made it feel like an event. Just because it's digital doesn't mean it's not an event. So the number one way to incentivize people to basically attend your digital event and to basically make them watch it on your page, you're not competing with all their Facebook noise, is when you syndicate to Facebook, you say, hey, by the way, I know you're watching this on Facebook, but by the way, if you want to get the workbook, you can watch it for free on this page and you can get the summit workbook. Plus we got some free giveaways. Plus you got the broadcast guide. So you get the workbook, yeah. You get the program, yeah. You get the summit giveaway, yeah. Come on, folks. We gotta think. We gotta be creative, okay? So now, the reason why you're doing that is I want y'all to write this down. Here's a big one. Attention is the new currency. Yeah, attention is the new currency. Basically, the person with the eyes on screen, right? The person that's captivating the world is the one making the money. If you can't captivate their attention, if you can't hold their attention, you ain't gonna get the money. Attention is the new currency. So here's an example of a broadcast page. This is Sonia Scriblin's broadcast page, and we're gonna use her as an example because she did an amazing job at her event, and she's crushing it literally right now around the world, right? And so on her broadcast page, she had her speakers on the left-hand side, so you could see who was coming. She had her summit giveaways. She had her summit special. She had a giveaway. She had a timer, and the video is played in the middle of the screen, and it was beautiful, right? She had a sexy broadcast page. So stage 3, so let's walk it back down. Stage 1 was have a free giveaway. Stage 2 was to have an event registration page that was in harmony with the free giveaway. Stage 3 was the broadcast page because they registered to attend the digital event. So now they're expecting to go someplace to attend the digital event. Think about it in this. Register for an event in the real world, you expect to go somewhere to attend this event. When somebody registers for your digital event, they expect for you to take them somewhere. You can take them out of their apartment, out of the children making noise in the background, out of a stressful life, and into this unique experience that you created for them. Transport them. Wherever you are, your mind got there first. If your mind ain't there, is to transport their mind to the space and the place where you want their results to show up. Now, obviously, some of y'all are still using Zoom. Y'all, we're broadcasting now through y'all to Zoom. So what is the appropriate use of Zoom, right? I want you to write this down. All videos that are a part of your conference, all videos that are part of your digital summit, all videos that are part of your digital event should be pre-recorded when possible. Should be pre-recorded when possible. Why? Because now you can add edits and do special things to it. Now, what do you use to pre-record? You don't get rid of Zoom. You use Zoom or a product or similar product like Blue Jeans to pre-record your event. You never actually use it to broadcast your event because what you want to do is you want the broadcast to happen on your own page, on your own term. See, here's the thing that your digital event is like the Super Bowl. Majority of the people who watch the Super Bowl never actually go to it. Most people have never even been to the Super Bowl. They watch it on TV. Your digital event is your Super Bowl. It's your Super Bowl. Everybody write down, hashtag it's my Super Bowl. Now, here's the thing. At the Super Bowl, It's your Super Bowl, so you get to choose who's playing. And now, how do they make money on the Super Bowl? Through advertisers and sponsors, and they advertise at their own event. So even the Super Bowl is not broadcast immediately live. They do it on tape delay. So if the Super Bowl is doing it real time, they do it on tape delay so they can catch mistakes and actually monetize the operation. Okay, enough of that horse. Now, here's some notes. On your conference videos, if you pre-record them, take the conference videos and add these things to it. Because you got a sexy broadcast page, but the videos on the broadcast page got to be sexy. You got a sexy broadcast page, but the video still got to be sexy. So you got to add overlays to make the video with an overlay. The left side of the lower third should actually be whatever the organization or the company or the event is selling. The right side of the overlay, right, should be whatever the free giveaway is, or it's related to information to the speaker, right? And then the company, feature your brand, and the panel on the other side can feature a quote or an image of the speaker. So if you're looking at me online, you see on the left-hand side is what I'm selling. If you go to www.digitalsummitchallenge.com, you're going to see what I'm offering. On the right-hand side, you're going to see my free giveaway. If you want the charts for what we're talking about here, text the word Evergreen Summit. I'm going to send you all of this information in the videos to 240-428-6333. Left side of the lower third is whatever you're offering. Right side is the free gift. And on the side panel, on the right-hand side, you can put the speaker, put whatever you want to know. On mine, I put on there, I'm having a 5-day digital summit challenge. I put it on the right panel because I wanted you, no matter how long you've been watching me, I wanted you to never forget. I ain't got to spend a lot of time selling. I ain't got to spend a lot of time like, you got to buy, because it's right there. You can see it, right? And so this is what it's all about. So when you pre-record your videos, you can add the lower thirds. You can add the overlay. You can add the giveaways. You don't have to, and your speakers spend less time being sales. Now, on your video, you got to add the intro video. You got to add the outro video, right? You got to add the intro of the speaker, like when George introed me, right? You got to add the animated conference graphic. You got to add all of these things. So you got to add the intro video. You got to add the outro video. The intro video should be like an intro of you introducing your speaker so it still feels live. The outro video should be a commercial in between your speakers. Why? Because you sell it. On the Super Bowl is not for your entertainment. The Super Bowl is so they can sell you something. They're giving you entertainment so they can sell you something. We entrepreneurs, we got something to sell, right? So now, then in addition to that, you got to add music, right? Because you want to transform, you want to trigger the emotions. Like when I first came on, I had some music, right? I had a little music going on. And you can hear the music going on in the background. And you over the music, and I said, hey, welcome to the 5-day digital challenge. We're going to show you how to have a digital summit, everything in between. If you ever want to have a digital summit, trust me, this is for you. And here's the thing that I want you to know. See, wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. And see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transport you. I'm going to transport your mind to the place that I guarantee you that your revenue is going to show up. My name is Trevor. I said, let's get started with today's Evergreen Digital Summit. See, listen, you got to treat this thing in production, right? So you got to add the music. You got to add the overlays. You got to add the colors. You got to add the passion. You got to add the images, right? Everything about it has to be sexy. What if I told you that this background that you're seeing, it's not even real? It's virtual. This is not my living room. This is a green curtain sitting behind me. Because when you pre-record things, you have a lot more options of things that you can do to make it sexy, right? Now, here's an example of a sex video, right? And here's what Sonia did for her video.
I'm Dr. Sonia, I'm a business strategist, TV personally, U.S. retired major, and the owner of Born to Powerful Academy. And I came to just share a very short message with you. And I call it No More Dead Excuses. Yes, you heard me say it. Sorry about the little potty that I know as I've traveled the world and spoken on hundreds of stages and shared this message and this story with 100,000 women or more just last year alone. And one thing I realized for us, and it's not, and I've traveled to different parts of the world, and I used to think it was just for women who look like me. Let me just be honest. I just thought, because that's all I knew, even in the military. But one thing I know now is being a speaker trainer and being a
is you start to see the left-hand side was what she was selling. The right-hand side was her free giveaway. You heard the music, you had the overlay. You saw that she had a sexy broadcast page, and now every video from every speaker on her sexy broadcast page, because even the video had to be sexy. Next, in between every speaker, you got to play a commercial, right? Create a commercial in between each one of your presenters, advertising your summit products and services, your digital event products and services. Now, what if it's just you speaking? Well, if it's just you speaking, well, in between each one of your main points, put a commercial. In between each one of your main points, put a commercial, because it's a broadcast event. It's a broadcast-based event. All right. Now, here's some tools that you can use real quick, because we're gonna be wrapping this up shortly. You can use Easy Restream, Wirecast, or Restream.io. You're watching now. I'm using Wirecast currently right now. We are syndicating right now through Restream.io. I love Easy Restream, but you can use Switchboard.live. You can use OneStream.live to broadcast your pre-recorded videos as though they were live. So now you got them pre-recorded, you put them on a playlist, you got your commercials playing in between, and now you just upload the whole thing, you hit the play button, and it goes live. And these are some of the tools that you can use, right? And so now you don't just have a sexy video, you really got a sexy as hell video. You don't got a sexy video, you ain't got just a sexy video, but you have a sexy as hell video, right? And so here's a couple of special notes. Everyone can't sell at your summit, but you definitely should. You cannot have Sellapalooza. Everybody can't sell at your summit, but you definitely should. But there is an opportunity for your speakers to offer a free gift, to give value that later on will cause people to connect with them and potentially purchase. Everybody can't sell at your summit, but you definitely should. Because if everybody is selling at your summit, you don't have a summit, you have an infomercial. All right, rule number one for summit presenters. So if you have people, you're having a digital event, a digital conference, a digital summit, whatever you want to call it, rule number one, every summit speaker should have a free giveaway that adds value to your viewers. Rule number two, right, you got to make a compelling offer that they can't resist at the end of every presentation. That's your commercial. It must be a compelling offer, right? And so you're thinking, what am I going to say in my videos? Okay, make it simple. Here's the 9 words to make you millions. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system. This is all you got to do in your videos. People make videos too complicated. Tell your story, share your results, sell your system, right? And so now we move on to stage 4, which is really creating a sexy sales page. Because we didn't do this for no reason. We did it because we wanted to make a sale. And I just want to make a quick correction. We don't want just a sexy sales page. Y'all know what we want. We want a sexy as hell sales page. It's got to be sexy, y'all. Sex sales. So rule number 1, sell the vision and position the action. The vision is the place that you go to see the future. Sell the vision and position the action. Sell the vision and position the action. You don't have permission to basically sell the product until you get a buy-in on the vision. I must help them see what I see for them. That's the goal of the vision. I must help them see what I see for them. I must help them see what I see for them. Sell them on the vision and then position the action that you want them to take to be able to achieve that vision. Rule number 2, big rule. The sales page is where you discuss your products and your services, not your price. The sales page is where you discuss your products and services, not your price. Rule number 3, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you why that's true. Rule number 3, everybody that registered for the free meeting, everybody that registered for the webinar, you have to run retargeted Facebook ads and retargeted YouTube ads to your sales page. Because there are gonna be some people that registered for your digital summit and never attended. There are gonna be some people that registered for the free meeting and never attended the webinar or the summit. There are gonna be some people who showed up for half the summit but didn't show for the whole summit. All of those people are now on a list. And that list, you can now run retargeted Facebook and YouTube ads without breaking the bank, because you're only running ads to the people that registered for the free event or ads for people who registered for the free meeting. But you're running ads to everybody who came into your database. Biggest rule that we make in this entrepreneurial space, one of the biggest mistakes that we make is we don't run retargeting ads. We don't run retargeting ads. We have a whole database of people who visited our websites, opened our emails, done all sorts of things, but we don't retarget them because we think running Facebook ads and YouTube ads is gonna break the bank. You could be running $50 worth of ads and have collected your next $50,000 just by running retargeted Facebook ads. So if you don't know about Facebook retargeting, today is a good day to start learning, right? And so remember that when we're talking about the sales page, marketing is the language of creativity. Sales is the language of specificity. Marketing is the language of creativity. Sales is the language of specificity. When you get down to that sales page, you got to be specific about what they're getting. Marketing is the language of creativity. Sales is the language of specificity. So what do you talk about on your sales page? Because some of y'all are going to be like, oh, what am I going to put on my sales page? I'm going to make it real simple. Here's what you put on your sales page. Basically, you ain't got to do but 3 things. Here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. And here's what to do next. Here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. And here's what it'll do next. That's the only thing you got to put on your page. Here's what I got. What are you offering? Right? Here's what it'll do for you. What are the benefits? What are the results that they're going to get? Here's what you want them to do next. Click here, get signed up. Now, here's an example of a sexy sales page, or correction, a sexy as hell sales page. After they attended her summit, they were all seeing, while they were watching the videos, they saw the link to this page. When they saw the commercial, they saw the link to this page. Everybody who was talking was saying, be sure to go to this page. And you can see, she was like, the biggest misconception about high achieving women is that they have it all, when the truth is they want it all, but oftentimes we look good on the outside, but are often unfulfilled on the inside. You know what? That's the reason why I created the I Own My Power Club. Guess what? Join today. I want you to take a deep breath. I mean, literally, right now, take a deep breath. And in this moment, I want you to think about what you want in your life, your relationship, your finances. Are you ready to walk in your power? I mean, to truly walk in your power? Hey, I'm ready to own my power. There are clubs that you join where you spend money and nothing ever changes. But then there are clubs that you don't spend money, but instead you invest in the future, invest in your fulfillment, and your life literally changes. Join the I Own My Power Club. Anybody knows what she's selling? She's selling the I Own My Power Club, and she sold a lot of it. And women's lives are literally being transformed, right? And so not only was her meme page sexy, her broadcast page was sexy, her video page was sexy, and her sales page was sexy. And so now you don't just have a sexy sales page, you got a sexy as hell sales page. Listen, when somebody see your stuff, you should be like, ooh, that thing is sexy as hell. Listen, let me tell you something. Bought an iPhone. If you ever bought an iPhone out there, put it in the bottom. I have purchased an iPhone. Even the box that they give you for an iPhone is sexy. You be like, ooh, George, check this out, George. Apple just created some wheels. They created some, look this up. They created some wheels, Brother Bedford, some wheels, 4 wheels, and they charge $700 for 4 wheels that go on the bottom of your office chair. It's $700. You know why people buy the wheels? They buy the wheels because it's sexy. I'm like, God, if you can say, they sold them, look on your office chair, look at them wheels, see if them wheels look sexy. If those wheels don't look sexy, go to Apple, type in Apple wheels, and for $700, you can have some sexy wheels. And if Apple can sell wheels for $700, what is wrong with you? What's up? Listen, I'm gonna say it in the George Fraser way. If Apple can sell wheels for $700, what's up with you, right? It's because it ain't sexy. If it ain't sexy, they don't want it, and neither will you. So now you gotta, your sales page has to be extraordinarily sexy. Remember what I told you? You want to create an on-page orgasmic experience that causes the client to say yes every time. Stage 5 is very simple. Stage 5, the final phase, is the checkout page. Not just the sexy checkout page, but the sexy as hell checkout page. It still gotta be sexy, because the checkout page is where you get the credit card, okay? Now remember what I told you, always split the checkout page and the sales page, right? The sales page is where you discuss the product. The checkout page is where you discuss price. Write it. People make this mistake in online funnel world. You're trying to create a turnkey solution, right? So there is the sales page is where you discuss the product. The checkout page is where you discuss the price. Why? Because this allows you to run what's called an abandoned cart sequence. Go on Amazon and put something in your cart and don't get it. You're gonna get an email from them that says, hey, by the way, we noticed that you were thinking about buying this Instapot and you didn't get it. Is there any help that you need? because you can now run the abandoned cart sequence that gives them an abandoned cart email, abandoned cart text message, even abandoned cart social media stuff. You can go on Amazon. You can go on Amazon right now, put something in your cart. If you don't buy it, you're gonna see it on your social media portal 15 minutes later. So most entrepreneurs are not running abandoned cart sequences because they got their sales page and their checkout page combined in one. So they don't know who was interested and who bought. All they know is the people who bought. They don't even know which people were interested but never bought. And thus, they dropping 30% of their revenue. Write this down. Abandoned cart equals people who express interest by opting into your sales page, but didn't follow through on the checkout page. You know how much money you losing by not following up with the people that didn't follow through? Let me just say that again. You know how much money you're losing by not following up with the people that didn't follow through? You wanna know why? Because you don't know who didn't follow through. You wanna know why? Because you got your checkout page and sales page is one and the same. Can't do that. Today is not a motivation class. Today is a monetization class. This is class. So then you got to realize PayPal and Stripe are payment processors. They're not payment systems. They're payment processors. They're not payment systems. So you need to use a payment system that integrates with a payment processor like PayPal or Stripe. So you can do payment plans. So you can finance the deal if you want to. So you can do installment payments. So you can do monthly payments, right? You need a payment system that integrates, right, a payment processor like PayPal or Stripe so that you can do recurring payments, because recurring payment structures are better than one-time payment structures. You offer somebody $10,000, 9 times out of 10, they want a payment plan. And if you don't have a payment system, all you got is Stripe, you're like, okay, well, I need my money. Or I got to go find some third-party company to try to work some magical deal. I got to give them a cut of the deal because you ain't got a payment system. And what's so funny is some of the payment systems out there are free. Listen, next rule: never list the price of a high-ticket product, right, on a checkout page. Never list the price of a high-ticket product. If you have a high-ticket product, what you use is what's called a high-ticket appointment page. You use a button that leads them to a place where they can schedule an appointment to meet with you. Why? Because if you put a price of a high ticket product there, half your people will basically count themselves out before they even realize the value of what you're offering. I'm gonna go. MVP said something that struck me. And by the way, he's faculty. He said, price only matters in the absence of value. Price only matters in the absence of value, right? And that's true. Price only matters in the absence of value. So with a high ticket product, you need a little bit more time to establish the value of what you're offering. All righty? So now, when you get to this, right, then there are a couple things you can do. This is an excellent time for you to launch a membership-driven program, right? Because one-time sales will make you one-time rich. So Sonia had I own my power club. So she wasn't gonna get paid one time, she was gonna get paid multiple times indefinitely. Why? Because one-time payments make you one-time rich. And so here's an example of our checkout page. Remember, sales is the language of creativity, right? Or marketing is the language of creativity. Sales is the language of specificity. She's very specific. Here's what you're gonna get in phase 1. Here's what you're gonna get in phase 2. Here's what you're gonna get in phase 3, right? Here's what you're gonna get in phase 4, purpose mapping, right? And then she tells you exactly how to sign up. This is where they get the credit card. Somebody put hashtag get the credit card. She got 3 membership levels, but you see that 4th level? That's the business level. Notice no price. There's a button where it says schedule an appointment, and it's gonna take them to a high ticket appointment page, right? And so you don't now just have a checkout page, you have a sexy as hell checkout page. So that brings us kind of to our final notes, right? First, this was a lot of information going fast as we can get it out. You're gonna need the charts and you're gonna need a lot of this information over and over again because you're gonna have to review it. So I'm gonna make it easy for you. Number 1, just text the word Evergreen Summit to 240-428-6333. Just text the word Evergreen Summit. And you're gonna get all the charts and all the information. We're gonna give you everything. So you don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to take snapshots of the screen. I'm gonna send you the entire presentation plus some additional charts to help you implement this. Bonus items, right? What gets measured gets managed. How can you profess excellence, but you can't track it? You can't get better if you don't know your numbers. You cannot get better if you don't know your numbers. So we use a marketplan.io, a funnelytics. Once you build your funnel, you got to be able to track it. Think about this, Brother Bedford. You can order a $20 pizza from Domino's, and on the app, you can track when they make the pizza, right? When the pizza gets in the car with the driver, and when the driver's standing in front of your door, that's for $20. For a $10 Uber ride, you can see where the driver is, how long it's gonna take to get to you. You can see what road and street he's coming down, and you can see when he's in front of your house, and you get a text that lets you know he's there. But you want me to spend $10,000 and I can't see one bit of analytical data about what you're gonna do for me, how you gonna do it. You can't track it. Here's a riddle for you. What is Uber without tracking? It's a taxi cab. Which one went out of business and which one is still in business? Okay? So do you wanna be Uber or the mad as hell taxi driver? I'm gonna be Uber. You know why we trust Uber? Because we can see it, right? And so a lot of times we working with people who over-promising and under-delivering, and they ain't got no metrics. So when we work with our clients, when we build their funnel, they don't just get the complete funnel, they get the metrics. They can see what's happening just like we can, real time. What gets measured gets managed. You can't get better if you can't track the data. Real-time data, who registered, who opted in, who opened the email, how many people bought. And you need to be able to see the whole thing as a big picture, because seeing a bunch of numbers, basically, all it's gonna make you need is some glasses, some stronger glasses. You need to see it in a visually aesthetic and pleasing way that makes it easy for you and your entire team to see what's happening so you can get better. So you can see which ad is working, which image is working, which meme is working, which product is working. We can see the whole thing. And you see, this is exactly how it looks, right? So how do you get started with building your digital summit? How do you get started with having your digital event? How do you get started with your first digital conference? It's very simple. You got 3 options. Option number 1, download the daggone charts. Do it your daggone self. Text the word Evergreen Summit to 240-428-6333. Don't tell me to slow it down, or I told you at the beginning, get a pen. Note takers are money makers, action takers are money makers. If you didn't have a pen, that was your fault. If you didn't have your fingers on the keyboard, that was your fault. Don't make the same mistake twice. Option number 2, right? You can attend the Evergreen Digital Summit Virtual Bootcamp, where you basically work with people inside of an intensive, and they help you literally walk it through. So first you learn something, then you do something, and then you move to the next step. I like what George said. George said, first things first, second things never. So if that's you text the word Evergreen Bootcamp. Evergreen Bootcamp to 240-428-6333. Just text it. And whenever the next Evergreen Digital Summit Bootcamp comes out, you'll get an invitation. It's very simple. Hands-on, hand-holding experience, because you got to do it. Let me just say, and it's a big point, major point. Only use your intellectual capital when you don't have the financial capital to back what you don't know. Let me say that again. Only use your intellectual capital when you don't have the financial capital to back what you don't know. Because if I gave you a quarter and somebody walked up on the street and said, can I borrow a quarter? You would give it to them without even thinking about it. But if I gave you a $1,000 bill and somebody walked up to you and asked you for that $1,000 bill, you would say what you want it for, what you're gonna do it for. And the problem is we treat our labor like the quarter, or we treat our intellectual capital like the quarter, right? And we treat our labor like the $1,000 bill. Because the number 1 problem facing today's Black entrepreneur is an addiction to our labor as the primary mechanism by which we generate revenue, right? Only use your intellectual capital when you don't have the financial capital to back what you don't know. I'm not gonna use my intellectual capital to learn how to change the oil in the car. Why? Because I got the financial capital to get an oil change. When I do use my intellectual capital, it's because this is in my wheelhouse. This is something I should know, or basically number 3, I can't afford it. So now I got to use my intellectual capital to learn it, right? And so we got to be real about that, right? And so that's number 2, right? Option number 2 is you want to kind of do it yourself, hands-on. Okay, well, text Evergreen Bootcamp and that'll be you. Option number 3 is like, hey, I just want it done for me. Just do it for me. It's real simple. Text the word done. It's simple. Done is better than perfect, right? Is get it done. I want somebody to do it for me. You text the word done to 240-428-6333. We're going to attach you to somebody that's going to build your funnel for you. You could be, you literally can have everything done. The sexy meme page, the sexy sales page, the sexy checkout page, the broadcast, the videos edit. You know you ain't gonna do the video editing. You know you ain't gonna do the graphics. So don't even play. Just, hey, Use your intellectual capital when you don't have the financial capital to back what you don't know. But when it's all said and done, you got to always think about the highest and best use of your time. Now, whatever you do, it doesn't matter whether you do it yourself, do it with somebody else. We've made it a way. We're going to have a 5-day digital summit where everybody can register for. All you got to do is go to www.evergreendigitalsummit.com, right? Or I'm going to now bring back up our main screen as we kind of bringing this down to a close. You can really just go to the digitalsummitchallenge.com, digitalsummitchallenge.com. You see it on the screen. And this is what's going to be happening. So you see, we're going to close it out with a little music just to kind of remind you of what it means to kind of do it sexy, what it means to kind of do it better, what it means to do it with a sense of excellence, what it means when you show up for your business, what it means when you show up for your client, what it means when you show up for your customers, what it means when you show up as the highest and best version of yourself. You ain't got to do it born. Don't think that you can't do it. Stop counting yourself out, right? And basically, this is the time where you got to start really making the type of decisions that literally change your life, right? And so if you want to know how to do a digital summit, a digital conference, a digital event, or everything in between, you just take the digitalsummitchallenge.com. Challenge yourself to be better. Challenge yourself to be stronger. Challenge yourself to be more profitable. Don't do it like everybody else, right? Do it different. Every movement must have a moment. Those moments must be disruptive. And it's a disruptive moment within your movement that give it momentum. Movement plus message plus methodology equals money. A digital event is the way for you to start your movement. Build your tribe, then build your business. Because if you build your business before you build your tribe, you're going to be begging for business. And if you tell yourself the truth, is you've been having digital events. You want to know why people didn't show. You want to know why people didn't buy. You want to know why it didn't work for you. Well, it's simple. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't organized. You got to start thinking about your business. You got to start thinking about your funnels. You got to think about a turnkey solution in an online environment, a turnkey solution in a virtual environment. You got to take it up a couple of notches. You got to be excellent, right? Because basically, if you're not, every mediocre person gets their lunch eaten, right? And the day that you show up mediocre is like the day that Blockbuster showed up and decided not to evolve. And along came a company, came Netflix. And we all know the story. Netflix ate their lunch. There used to be a company called Circuit City, but your kids never know what Circuit City is because Best Buy did what? They ate their lunch. There used to be a phone called BlackBerry. But what happened? They didn't evolve. They weren't sexy. They didn't do it excellent. And what happened? iPhone ate their lunch. If you don't embrace excellence, hashtag embrace excellence, hashtag embrace excellence, somebody's going to eat your lunch. Hashtag chop chop. My name is Trevor Otts. I'm the founder of Black CEO, and I'm looking forward to helping you take your business to the next level. Back over to you, Brother Bedford and Dr. Fraser.
Wow. Now that was sexy. Would you say, Brother Bedford? Now that was sexy. That's the sexiest podcast we've had so far. The whistles and bells and the PowerPoint presentation. Thank you for cueing us and coaching us on how to get that done. That was awesome. Really a lot of content. I know that people took great notes. I don't know. Do we have some questions, Brother Bedford, we want to pop out there? Is there anything you want to ask?
Well, we had about 3 questions.
You know what? I want to say one thing first. Okay. I just thought about this. You're right. Sexy sells. There's no question about it. I'm a perfect example of this. Every year for 40 years, I have, not for 40 years, but maybe for the last 15 years, I announce my birthday on my social media platforms, right? And I have 4 social media platforms, and I might get collectively, on average, 1,000 happy birthdays, right? Except for this year, I put this up. I want to show you this. You guys have seen this. This is my 75th one, and here's what I said. I put up a sexy picture, Trev, and I said, question. When has 75 ever looked this sexy? That's what I said, right? And with my little sexy, you know how many happy birthday wishes I got on all 4 of my platforms? Almost 8,000. Almost 8,000. Now, certainly 75 had something to do with it, but I think it was the way it was framed, and it's sexy does sell. It really does. And this is sexy. This whole presentation was sexy. Trev, you're sexy. You're sexy in the way you present. You're sexy in the way you comport and yourself. Your presentations are always fabulous. Brother Bedford, back to you. Any questions, or do you have a question before? Because we're way over time, but it's been well worth it.
Yeah, well, just let me ask Trevor this. Trevor, we have a couple questions. One is about the broadcast tools. One is about giving a list of the payment processing. And then there's a question about being able to get affordable graphics. Now, my question to you is, if they attend the summit that you're having, they'll get the answers to all of these questions?
Absolutely, and I'll even give them one today, right? Okay. You can go to Black CEO Graphics Club, and they did all of the design work, even what you're seeing now, the overlays, the design on the pages, the memes, they did it. Black CEO Graphics Club, they do unlimited graphics and a very low price. And for those people who attend the Digital Summit Challenge.com, digitalsummitchallenge.com, not only am I going to share with you the payment system that we use, I'm going to share with you the system that we use, and it's free. And it's free. And if you're attending the Digital Summit Challenge, the other thing that you're going to learn is on the bonus day of the Digital Summit Challenge, we're going to be teaching you how to use the broadcast tools. Because if you get a tool that you can't use, right, then what's the point? And I want you to write this down. Here's a quote for you. If the work is too hard, you got the wrong tool. So the first rule of making your work easy and making your life easy is get the right tool.
Awesome, awesome. That's it, George. I think he handled those three questions, plus gave them an incentive for them to go to the summit, and I guess he'll be able to give them all of the things in detail that they're inquiring about. But those are the three main questions: with the broadcast tools, the payment processing system, and the affordable graphics.
Yeah. When you look at that image of Trevor, that whole graphic and visual presentation as it's on the screen, as he sits there, really in front of a green screen, but it looks like he's in a luxury penthouse. I mean, it's all just a beautiful, eye-pleasing presentation.
And George, if you look behind me, you can see. Do you want to listen to that guy, or you want to listen to that guy?
Right. It's powerful, and it's doable. And so let me just punctuate one thing that Trev said, and it's very simple. In today's marketplace, brothers and sisters, you're either excellent or you're invisible. Let me say it again. You're either excellent at whatever it is that you do, or you are invisible. You will blend into the averageness and mediocrity, which is most of the world. You must stand out. You must be different. You must think outside of the box. You must present an image that is sexy. And you can extrapolate and extract so many definitions of sexy when it comes to your business. So, Trev, that was an outstanding presentation, but not only that, you modeled it. See, you not only talked about it, but you actually showed what it looks like, right? Live and in living color. If you're interested in the Power Networking Conference offer, I'm not going to make an offer tonight. I'm intimidated, right? If you're interested, just email me. Say I'm in gfraser@frasernet.com, and we'll talk about my offer when I call you. Yeah, I'll call you, and we'll just talk about my offer. All right, it'll be a special offer. But boy, did I learn
George,
a lot.
may I add something to that, George?
Sure.
I'm gonna do something special. Every single person who emails George, every single person, you got to email George. You got to do it now. Every person that emails George is going to get a week of Graphics Club for free. Just going to get a week of Graphics Club for free. No charge, nothing to it. All you have to do is follow up with George, get an opportunity for him to add value to your life and add value to your business. like he has done for so many entrepreneurs, just like myself. I've been mentor for George for almost the better part of a decade, right? And so honestly, you can look at what it did for my business. I wish you could have seen it. Woo. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We don't talk about beforehand. We don't talk about pre-PNC. But just go ahead and email George. And George, what's that email address again for where they connect with you?
Fraser at frasernet.com. As you know, we have a very, very special deal with the Power Networking Conference. We'll talk about it. I'll call you on the phone and lay it on you, plus provide you that very special offer from Trevor as well. Fraser, Fraser at frasernet.com. You have to put I'm in, your name and your cell number. I'm in, your name and your cell number. I'm in the subject line, your name and your cell number. It's just easy to follow up when your cell number is in the body of the email. Okay? So this was awesome. It was different. It was outside of our box. You were absolutely the right person to do this for us, Trevor. Thank you so much. Keep doing good work, man. We'll see you at the Power Networking Conference. And of course, we talk all the time anyway, but we'll certainly, hopefully, October 14th through the 17th, we will be out of our cocoons and we will be loving on each other. Let us pray in October, okay? And we'll be ready by that time for sure. Yep. Brother Bedford, as always, love you, man. Great job.
Love you more, George. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll be checking out that podcast, Brother Bedford. It's one of the best out there in the country. Truly is.
You, brother. Appreciate
Amen. Amen. God bless you. Good night, everybody.
Take care, everyone.